Hey everyone, what's going on? Christopher, the video game historian here, and welcome to my first video of 2019. I hope everyone had a great holiday and rang in the new year properly with your friends and loved ones. I certainly did, and since we are about 10 days into the new year, I thought I would do a new video on who's who in World War II. For this video, I thought I would take a look at General Archibald Wavell of the British Middle East Command, who would be in charge during Operation Battleaxe, which tried to lift the siege of Tobruk in 1941 and clear out Cyrenaica from German control. While the operation would fail, it would lead the way to Operation Crusader, which would finally manage to push Rommel out of Tobruk back towards Al-Aqila. The maps Hamada and Aerodrome are both taken inspiration from these two operations, but today I'm only going to be talking about Hamada and General Wavell and his role during Battleaxe. Born in Colchester, England in 1883, Wavell would go on to study at Winchester before moving on to the military college in Sandhurst. He would serve in the Boer War, where he was awarded with 5 military service medals, and shortly thereafter in 1903 would receive his commission. During World War I, he would fight with the British Expeditionary Forces in France, and during the Battle of Ypres would suffer an injury that resulted in the loss of his left eye. Despite the injury, he would continue to serve in Palestine with 20th Corps and would also be recognized as an excellent trainer of troops. In 1939, he would become the Commander-in-Chief of the British Middle East Command and was tasked with protecting the Suez Canal and the oil reserves within the area. Less than a year later, in 1940, 1 million Italian troops would begin their advance into North Africa, making quick progress through Libya towards the Suez. Despite being vastly outnumbered, Wavell and his men managed to halt their advance at Mersa Matruh, and in December would push the Italians back an additional 500 miles. By June of 1941, they would take the town of Tobruk from the Italians, and with the town taken, Hitler would order the Desert Fox, Erwin Rommel, to take his Panzer Division to clear out the British resistance. By March, Rommel managed to clear out the British forces from Libya, but the town of Tobruk was still being held by them, refusing to let it drop into German hands. In June, Wavell would order a counterattack on the Germans in the hopes of raising the siege on Tobruk and clearing out Cyrenaica in a plan that would become known as Operation Battleaxe. 25,000 men, nearly 200 tanks and cruisers, along with 200 aircraft, attacked the German positions at the Halfaya Pass, beginning on June 15th. The battle would last for 3 full days, ending on the 17th, with the British failing their objectives due to the strong defensive positions of Rommel and his men. Due to the heavy losses suffered by the British and the failure of the operation, Winston Churchill would replace Wavell with General Claude Auchinleck, and be immediately reassigned to India in Southwest Asia as the Commander-in-Chief there. While in India, he would be tasked of protecting the region and British territory in the event of a Japanese attack. When they had bombed Pearl Harbor in December 1941, Wavell began to reorganize his troops, though believed that he was not being granted the necessary reinforcements to properly hold the region. As a result, Burma, Malaysia, and Singapore would all be lost under his command to the Japanese, and he would resign as the Commander-in-Chief in early 1942. By January of 43, he would be promoted to Field Marshal and return to Burma to supervise its liberation. That same year, he would also be appointed as the first Earl of Wavell and maintain that position until 1947. While holding that title, he would try to solve the Muslim-Hindu differences in India to little avail. After he was replaced in India as Earl, he would go on to become the Lord Lieutenant of the County of London. Archibald Wavell will pass away on May 24, 1950, with his titles being passed down to his son. Now, while his military career was not one of glorious victories, he did manage to pave the way for his successor in Libya to eventually break through the German defensive lines with Operation Crusader, whom I shall feature in a future video on this channel. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing my sweet sniper skills. If so, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you thought in the comments below. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media with Twitter and Facebook. And until next time, I'll see you all on the battlefield.